So welcome to the 15th lecture of the chapter pair of linear equations in two variable, guys. So in this lecture we'll be doing the question number 2 of exercise 3.6. Still the last lecture we completed still the question number 1, right? In the last two lectures we are doing exercise 3.6. So first part of this was we solved first 4 sub question of first question, and in the second part of the exercise 3.6, that was the last lecture, we solved the rest 4 question of the first question. In this lecture we'll be doing the second question completely. It has 3 sub questions, right? So let's go ahead, guys, without wasting much time. So the question says formulate the following problems as a pair of equations and hence find the solutions. The first sub question is Ritu can row downstream 20 kilometers in 2 hours and upstream 4 kilometers in 2 hours. Find her speed in rowing in still water and speed of the current. Okay, guys, so if you had seen, I think we had done an example based upon this, example question based upon this, or else in this exercise itself in the previous lectures we faced a question which is very similar. No, guys, it was example. I think it was the last example, right? We solved 3 examples based upon the reducing to linear form from fractional. In that the third example was completely based upon this. It's same as that one, guys. So I would urge you people, before watching this lecture, watch the lecture which was one before starting this exercise. In that lecture that was the introduction lecture based on reducing the fraction into linear form. In that lecture we had solved one question quite very similar to this one. So after if you watch that, this question will be very easy to you, right? It will be easy to understand. But even if you didn't watch it, you can watch this lecture, guys, so it's not a problem. I'll explain you from the beginning itself, right? So Ritu can row, yeah, this was the question. So the first thing which I have to assume is, so what they've asked find the speed of the rowing in still water and the speed of the current. Okay, so these are the things which you have to find. If you know, so in this entire chapter what we are doing, what we have to find, that's what we are going to assume into variables. So we'll assume as, let the speed of boat be x kilometers per hour, and let the speed of stream be y kilometers per hour. Getting it? Now you have to know one formula, guys. The formula is speed equal to distance by time, which means time equal to distance by speed. Getting it? So they are saying it took 2 hours, right? Yeah, so it took 2 hours for going 20 kilometers in downstream. Getting it? Okay, guys, before solving it, I'll explain you one more concept. So for example, if this is a river, getting it? If this is a river and there's a boat or a swimmer, here in this case it is you can row. Okay, row means it's a boat, so they are in the boat itself. So for example, guys, if the speed of the boat is x kilometer per hour in still water, that's what we have assumed also, and let the speed of this river be y kilometer per hour in this direction. Getting it? Y kilometer per hour. So what happens when the direction of the stream and the direction of the both are same? It will become x plus y kilometer per hour, right? For example, you are swimming in a stream. Getting it? So your speed of swimming is x kilometer per hour and the speed of the stream is y kilometer per hour, and you both are swimming in the same direction. What will happen? Your speed will get increased, right, than swimming in the still water. So if your speed in still water was x kilometer per hour and the speed of the stream was y kilometer per hour, the net speed, the total speed, the final speed when you both are swimming in the same direction will become x plus y kilometer per hour. Getting it? That is called as downstream. Downstream means both are going in the same direction. In downstream, the speed will become equal to x plus y kilometers per hour, and in upstream the speed will become x minus y kilometers per hour. Why x minus y? Because for example, think if a stream is coming in this direction and you are swimming in this direction, what will happen? There will be a resistance to your flow, right? There will be a resistance for your swimming, so it will become like x minus y, that is the your speed minus the speed of the stream will give you the net speed, correct? When your resistance is there, you won't be able to swim as fast as you could in the still water, correct? So it will become x minus y in the downstream. These are the two things which you have to remember, guys. So what are these x plus y and x minus y? These are the speeds. Getting it? Speeds. What is speed? S, right? So in short form it is S. So now let's start formulating the equations. They said to go downstream for 20 kilometers to go in downstream, it takes 2 hours. Okay, as from the equation we got time equal to distance by speed, right? Now from the first condition, from the first statement, let's do the equation. They said 2 hours, correct? So time equal to 2 equal to distance is equal to 20 kilometers, 20 by S. Now we have to find the speed. So what they said, it is downstream. What was for downstream? For downstream it is x plus 1. Getting it, guys? X plus 1. This is your first equation. Getting it? And for upstream, 4 kilometer in 2 hours. So for upstream, for 4 kilometers, it takes 2 hours. For 4 kilometers. Okay. 2 hours, 4 kilometer. Yeah, it's correct. So it is x minus y. The only change is x minus y. Even for upstream, it takes for 20 kilometers it takes 2 hours in upstream. Sorry. For downstream it takes 2 hours for 20 kilometers, and in upstream it takes 2 hours for the 4 kilometers. It's simple, guys, right? So time equal to distance by speed. Distance is 20 in the first case, 20 kilometers. By speed is x plus y. Since it is downstream, we got it from here. Since downstream means both are moving in the same direction, which means speed will be increased, right? So it is x plus y. And in upstream, what happens? The speed will be reduced, x minus y. So it is x minus y. But it takes the same hour, 2 hours. Getting it? Even for the upstream they gave us 2 hours, so 2 is same there in place of time, and the distance changed from 20 to 4, correct? No, when you are swimming in the downstream, you will be able to travel more distance. Since your speed is more, in 2 hours you will be able to travel 20 kilometers, but in the case of upstream, what will happen? Your speed will be reduced. So in 2 hours you will be able to swim only 4 kilometers. Getting it? You will be able to row only 4 kilometers, and the speed is reduced, x minus y. So these are the two equations, guys. Using these two equations you should find the value of x and y. So what you will do now, when there is a equation sign, equal to sign, you will do the cross multiplication, right? If you do the cross multiplication, it becomes like 2 into x plus y equal to 20, and here it becomes 2 into x minus y equal to 4. Getting it? Now let's start expanding this. 2x plus 2y equal to 20, and here it becomes 2x minus 2y equal to 4. Getting it? So these are the two equations which we got after expanding. Now we can do one thing in both the equation, guys. Since if you see here 2 is there, and here multiple of 2 is there, 2 and multiple of 4, multiple of 2, that is, so you can divide all the term in both the equations with 2, so that you can bring it in the reduced form, right? So all the terms I am dividing by 2. That time what happens? It will become like x plus y equal to 10, and this becomes x minus y equal to 4. Getting it? Now I'll do one thing. I'll write this equation here below this equation. So this became equation 1 and this became equation 2. So now you are getting equation 1 and 2. This becomes 4. Now if you add these two equations, plus y and minus y will get cancelled. X plus x becomes equal to 2x equal to 14. So, and then x will become equal to 14 by 2, which is nothing but equal to 7. If you put the value of 7 back into any of these two equations, I'll put in equation 1. You will get the value of y as 7 plus y equal to 10, which means y equal to 3. So that's it, guys. We finally got the answer. What is the answer? The speed of the boat is 7 km per hour, because x we got as 7 km per hour, and the speed of the stream is 3 km per hour, because y we got as 3. As simple as that. So finally you will write two sentences here concluding the speed of the boat equal to, instead of this variables you will find the answer which we found in place of those variables, 7 km per hour and 3 km per hour, and then you will conclude that. Before that you have to do the verification, right? So here verification is very small, guys. It's very easy. Okay, I'll do the verification step here. So here are the two equations, right? These two equations. Now if I put the value of x and y back into the equation, this becomes 7 plus 3. It becomes equal to RHS, that is 10. And 7 plus 3, if you put back in the second equation, it becomes 7 minus 3, which will become equal to 4. So both are verified. Getting it? LHS is coming to be equal to RHS. That was the verification step. So that's it, guys. This question is over. I hope you don't have any doubt. Okay, I'll clarify this once again, guys. See, the thing is that they're telling, okay, I think I explained it quite well. Again, if I explain, you might get confused. So what shall I do? Okay, I'll explain it quickly. The thing is that, guys, we assume two variables. What they asked us to find the speed of the rowing in still water and the speed of the current. So we assume that the speed of the boat to be x kilometer and the speed of the stream. So current and stream both are one of the same. So speed of the stream equal to y kilometer per hour. And then we use this one formula. Always remember this formula, guys. This is your physics formula actually. Speed equal to distance by time, or time equal to distance by speed. Getting it? Using this formula, we formulated that. Getting it? Those two we formulated using this formula. These two equations we formulated from these two statements. After that we reduced it. Getting it? We simplified it and then solved using the elimination method and found the value of x and y. Again, then after that we verified it also. That's it, guys. That's it. Right, we got the answer. So these are the answer. Now I'll move aside. You can take the screenshot of this. Let's go to the next sub question. So now let's go to the second sub question, guys. Right, the second sub question says 2 women and 5 men together finish an embroidery work in 4 days, while 3 women and 6 men can finish it in 3 days. Find the time taken by 1 woman alone to finish the work and also that taken by 1 man alone. So guys, they are saying that this is embroidery work. Okay, so that work is being done by, when it is being done by 2 women and 5 men together, it can be finished in 4 days. Getting it? When they are doing a piece of work together, it can be finished in 4 days. So if someone does it individually, for example, if only 1 man has to do that entire work, he's going to take more than 4 days, right? When you do a work in team, the time is getting reduced, right? Obviously the time taken to finish the work will be reduced when you're doing in a team, that is team of 2 women and 5 men. But when for example only 1 woman does that same work, the time, the number of days which will be required to do that work is going to be increased. That will be more, right? And second case, they're given while 3 women and 6 men can finish the work in 3 days. So these are the two conditions. Find the time taken by 1 man alone to finish the work and also taken by 1 man alone. Getting it? So when they're asking the time taken by 1 man and 1 woman alone to finish the work, it's going to be more than 4 and 3 days. Getting it? When done in group itself, it takes 4 and 3 days. Means when done alone, it's going to take even more days. So that's the idea which you have to get in first place. Now let's proceed in the question, guys. I'll tell you how to solve them. The thing is, first step is the assumption step. So what we have to find, that will be our assumption, right? So that's how we have been doing usually. So let the number of days required by 1 woman be equal to x days, and then let the number of days required by 1 man be equal to y days. Now after this, let's start formulating, guys. So now they're telling 2 women and 5 men can do a work. Okay, so guys, okay, now we'll do one thing. In x days, 1 woman can do that work, right? In 1 day, how much work can 1 woman, in x number of days, the work is being done by 1 woman. In 1 day, how much work that 1 woman would have been done? 1 by x. Getting it? Getting it, guys? So 1 woman takes x days to do the complete work, which means x number of days. In 1 day, how many part of x would have been got completed? 1 by x, right? So 1 by x, for 1 day we are solving now. 1 by x, how many women are there? 2 women. 2 into 1 by x. Getting it? Plus, same for men. When y days is being taken by 1 man to complete the work, if 1 man, how much work would 1 man have been done in 1 day? That would be 1 by y. Getting it? But how many men are there? 5. This we are talking for 1 day, right? Which means equal to 1 by 4. Getting it? They are given 4 days, but we are talking about 1 day. So it's going to be like 1 by 4. Oh, just a minute guys, I have a small confusion. So will the 4 come here for 4 days? Yeah. I'll tell you how this 4 came here guys. See, the thing is, this is for 1 day, right? By 1 man and by 1 woman. I mean by 1 woman, and this is by 2 women, and this is by one man, and this whole thing is by 5 men in 1 day. If you want to get for the 4 days, because they're telling they do the work in 4 days, right? Which means you have to do like this. So when you multiply this whole term by 4, this 1 signifies that one piece of work is being done. Getting it? Is equal to 1 means that work is done. So this 4 into this gives us 1. So we'll bring this 4 down. Getting it guys, what I did? And same way we'll formulate one more equation, same as it is. 3 human, right? 1 by 3 into 1 by x plus 6 into 1 by y is equal to 1 by 3. Why? Because they are given 3 days. Here 3 would have come. Here the whole 3 would have come, which I wrote it here, other side in the denominator. Getting it guys? Now if you simplify these two equations, you will get a equation. With that equation you have to solve to get the value of x and y. Getting it? Okay guys, now let's go ahead. Now I'll expand this and write. I'll do one thing guys, I'll write it here itself. Okay, I'll write it in the next step itself. So I'll write it after expanding a bit. Plus 5 by y equal to 1 by 4, and this one is like 3 by x plus 6 by y equal to 1 by 3. Now guys, now we'll do one method. Now we'll do the elimination method. What do you say? Getting it? Now if you multiply this term into 3 and this term into 2, this becomes like 6 by x, and even this one will become 6 by x. Then you'll be able to eliminate the x term, and then we'll find the answer in terms of y term. We'll find the value of y, and then we'll put back the value of y into the equation and find the value of x. Getting it guys? Right. So this is your equation 1 and this is your equation 2. Now what we'll do? We'll multiply entire numerator of the first equator. When you are multiplying, only the numerator term you have to multiply, not with the denominator. Getting it? So into 3 and this one is into 2. So this becomes equal to, this will become like 6 by x plus 15 by y equal to 3 by 4. 6 by x plus 15 by y equal to 3 by 4. Getting it guys, how we came into this equation? And this becomes like 6 by x plus 12 by y equal to 2 by 3. 6 by x plus 12 by y equal to 2 by 3. Now if you see these two terms are same, right? Now what I'll do, if this is your equation 1 and this is my equation 2, I'll just subtract them so that the x term will get cancelled out. This whole term got cancelled out with this whole term. Now if you subtract this, this becomes like 15y minus 12y. So this becomes equal to 3y. I mean 3 by y, not 15y. 15 by y minus 12 by y, right? 15 by y minus 12 by y equal to, okay, I'll write this one as well, 3 by 4 minus 2 by 3. Now let's do this step guys, right? This becomes like 3 by y, and this becomes like, okay, I have to take the LCM now. This one is 3, right? Now this is 4 and 3, let's take the LCM. So this into 3 and this into 4. So this becomes like 9 minus 8, that is 1 by 12. Getting it? Because LCM came out to be 12. Now what we'll do? Now we'll do the cross multiplication to get the value of y. Y into 1 equal to 12 into 3, which means y equal to 36. As simple as that guys. Now if I put the value of y back into any of these two equations, equation 1 and 2, I'll get the value of x. So I'll put the value of y in equation 2, because if you see here 6 is there and in place of y we have got 36. It will be easily cancelable, right? 6 1s are 6 6s are. Here if you put it is 5 here and here it is 36, means again there will be a LCM step which you have to take. It will be a bit complicated. So what I'll do, I'll substitute in equation 2. Substituting in equation 2. Okay, what I'll get it? I'll write it here. 3 by x plus 6 by 36. Y is 36 equal to 1 by 3. Now from this we have to find the value of x. Now 6 ones are 6 6 are. 3 by x plus 1 by 6 equal to 1 by 3. So let's keep all the numerical term other side and keep the variable term one side. 3 by x equal to 1 by 3 minus 1 by 6. Now here we have to take the LCM. This becomes into 2 into 1. So 3 by x equal to 2 minus 1 by 6. That is 1 by 6. Now we have to cross multiply and find the value of x. X will become equal to 6 into 3. That is 18. Now we found the value of x and y, guys. Now we have to do the verification. So I'll tell you what this x and y implies. So if only one man instead of 5 men and 2 women or 3 women and 6 men, if only one man sit and do that work, that piece of embroidery work, getting it, he will be required, he will need 18 days to finish that work. No, for men what is it? Y, right? Yeah, for men it is Y. So he will need 36 days to finish that work. And if only one woman sits and does the entire work, if she has to do the entire work instead of in a team, she will require 18 days to do the entire work. That's what they asked in the question, guys. They asked one woman alone and one man alone, right? So that's what we found out. Now let's go to the verification step. I guess this question is a bit tricky, guys, because this type of question is called time work related questions. Getting it? It is like based on time and work. One piece of work is there and the time required they are given, right? Like how many days? 4 days, 3 days, like that. We have to find time from the work, getting it. So these type of questions are quite important, guys. And this is at the same time it's a bit tricky as well. For example, these type of question and that upstream and downstream question of the boat which flows, right? You have to take the speed of x plus y and x minus y. Those type of questions are a bit very important, I would say, guys. A bit tough and at the same time very important, getting it. So it's very important that you master those questions. That question also explained you very well, I guess, guys, like how the speed changes from upstream and downstream. If you have any doubt, right, if you have any doubt on that specific question, you can comment down. I'll solve that specific question. I'll take more examples on that specific question and those type of questions, and we'll be able to learn it better and we'll be able to do it without any doubt, getting it. Okay, guys, now let's go to the verification step. Now in verification, what we have to do, we have to put the value of x and y back into any of these two, both of these two equations, and check whether LHS is going to be equal to RHS, right? So let me go ahead. This will become equal to 2 by x, what is x? 18 plus 5 by y, what's y? 36. Now we have to see whether this comes out to be equal to 1 by 4. Now here what will happen? Here you have to take the LCM, right? So this becomes into 2. LCM is 36. This is 4 plus 5, 9 by this LCM is 36. So 9 by 36 is 1 by 4, which is equal to RHS. Hence verified. Excuse me, guys. Okay. Now let's verify the second equation. In second equation it is 3 by x. Excuse me, guys. In second equation, it is 3 by x. X is 18 plus 6 by y. Y is 36. We have to see whether it is equal to excuse me guys. So y is equal to 36. Now we have to see whether it comes out to be equal to 1 by 3, which is RHS. If you take the LCM, this becomes like into 2. So this becomes 6 plus 6, 12 by 36. So 12 by 36 is nothing but equal to 1 by 3. Hence verified. So even the verification step is done. So the question is done, guys. As simple as that. At last we'll conclude saying that if one man has to do the entire work, embroidery work, he will be required 36 days. And if one woman has to do the entire embroidery work, she will be required 18 days. As simple as that. Now I'll give you a quick summary of this question, guys, because since it's a bit tricky, I'll just tell you what we did. So first what we did was the work, right? The work is one work. The work is, it's one, right? So in RHS 1 is going to be there. Now how many people and how many days is required to do that one work, that will be writing in the LHS. How we are going to write? We are going to write in this format, that is to do one work. Like see, for example, it takes X days for one woman to do the work, which means in one day how many work does one woman does. Getting it? If she takes X days to do that entire work, if one woman takes X days to do that entire work, how much of the work she would have done in one day? That would have been 1 by X. Getting it? And the same way for the men, it's going to be 1 by Y. But how many women were there? It's not one, right? There were 2 women, so it is 2. And for men, there were not one man, there were 5 men, so that equals to 1. Getting it? But this whole into 4, because they are doing in 4 days, that will be equal to 1. And then what happens? The 4 comes down here. Getting it? First it was here, then we brought it down here. Similarly, in the second statement also 1 by X into 3 humans, because in second statement they are given 3 humans, and 1 by Y, that is the work done by the men in 1 day into 6 months, since there are 6 months, and this whole by into 3 days, right? Because they are doing for 3 days. But what we did, we brought the 3 other side. Getting it? After that we formulated both the equations, we solved them, we got the value of X and Y using the elimination method, and then we also verified them and concluded the question. As simple as that, guys. So now almost you can take the screenshot. After this, let's go to the next sub question, that is the third sub question. So guys, now let's go to the third sub question. Third sub question says, Ruhi travels 300 kilometers to her home partly by train and partly by bus. She takes 4 hours if she travels 60 kilometers by train and remaining by bus. If she travels 100 kilometers by train and the remaining by bus, she takes 10 minutes longer. Find the speed of the train and the bus separately. So guys, in this question, there's a girl called Ruhi and she travels to her village or to her home, right? And she travels partly by train and partly by bus. And they have given that the conditions they have given is she takes 4 hours if she travels 60 kilometers by train and the remaining by bus. And she takes 10 minutes longer than 4 hours, that is 4 hours 10 minutes if she travels 100 kilometers by train and the remaining by bus. She takes 10 minutes, yeah, that's it, that I said before, right? So find the speed of the train and the bus separately. So they have given the conditions, guys. If you see this question is a bit similar to the boat and the stream wala question, right? In that question also a bit this concept was used, and also one more thing is also it uses the same physics formula, speed equal to distance by time, that will be required to, we'll utilize that formula in this question, guys. So first step is that assumption step, right? Let's do the assumption first. So let the speed of the train be equal to x kilometers per hour, and then let the speed of the bus be equal to y kilometers per hour, right? Now let's start formulating the equation. So before formulating, the important formula which we have to use is speed equal to distance by time, which means distance equal to, no, time equal to distance by, which means time equal to distance by speed. This is very important formula, guys, which we'll be using to formulate the equations. So they gave time as 4 hours, right, in the first case. So in place of t, we'll put 4 hours. So this 4 hour is a combination of 2 times. This 4 hour we get from 2 combination, that is time taken by the train and time taken by the bus. The total time is 4 hours, right? So t1 plus t2 gives us 4 hours. So what is the first t1? This first t1 would be distance traveled in train by the speed of the train. So the distance traveled in train is 60 kilometers, right? Getting it, guys? And the speed is x kilometer per hour. And it's a combination of another thing, that is bus. If 60 kilometers is traveled by the train, what is the remaining kilometers which she has to travel by bus? Out of 360 went in train, means the remaining is 240 kilometers which she traveled in bus, which was y kilometers per hour. This is how you got the first equation, guys. Getting it? From this formula, time equal to distance by speed, what you will do, this total time taken after the combination of partially by train and partially by bus, this journey would take some time, right? And this journey also would take some time. It's a combination. The total time is a combination of the individual times of each journey of the train and journey of the bus. So this time can be written as time equal to distance by speed. Since they didn't give the time directly, so we are going to write in distance by speed format, right? So distance by speed format, they are given the condition, right? 60 kilometers. She traveled in x kilometer per hour, and 250 kilometers in y kilometer per hour, that is in bus. This is how we got the formula. If you know this, how we got it, similarly you are going to get it for the second condition as well. Same guys, they say 10 minutes longer, right? So it will be 40 plus 10 minutes. So in hour, what does 10 minutes mean? See, for example, if 60 hour equal to 1 hour, then 10 minutes equal to how much? 1 by 6, 1 by 6, right? Getting it guys? So it's going to be 6 plus 1 by 6th of hour is 10 minutes, right? 1 hour has 60 minutes. 10 minutes is 1 by 6th part of that 1 hour. So 4 hour plus 1 by 6 equal to 100 by x. Because in the second case they are given 100 kilometers by train plus what is the remaining kilometers which she has to travel by bus, that is 200 by y, 200 kilometers, right? This is your equation 2. Now solving these two equations, we have to find the value of x and y. So before going further, I'll do one more step here itself. I'll take the LCM and make it into a perfect fraction, right? This becomes into 6. This will become like 24 plus 1 by 6. 24 plus 1 by 6 is 25 by 6. Right. Now what I'll do? Now we'll go by elimination method itself. So for elimination method, any of these two terms, either the y term or the x term, should be exactly same. So what I'll do now, I'll do the x term exactly same. To make the x term exactly same, what I have to do is, I have to multiply equation 1 into 10, okay, and equation 2 into 6. So when I do this, what happens guys? That time what will happen is 60 will become 600 and 100 will become 100 into 6, it will become 600. So this both will be 600 by x. So that time we'll be able to eliminate these two equations, right? That's why we have done this multiplication. Now let's go to the next step. After multiplying, this becomes like 10 into 4. This 10 will be multiplied through all the numerator and this 6 will be multiplied through all the numerator of this equation, right? If you multiply, it will become like 40 equal to 600 by x plus 2400 by y. This is your equation 1, and equation 2 becomes like 25 into 6 is 150, right? 150 by 6 equal to 600 by x plus 1200 by y. This becomes your equation 2, right guys? Now what we have to do? Now we'll do the subtraction so that these two terms get cancelled. Now if I do the subtraction, this becomes minus everywhere, right? Now after subtracting, what we'll get, I'll write it here guys, since there is no space here. This will become like 40 minus 150 by 6. Getting it? 40 minus 150 by 6 equal to, these two terms will get cancelled. Getting it? And this will become like 2400 by y minus 1200 by y. Getting it guys? 40 minus 150 by 6 equal to 2400 by y minus 1200 by y. Now I have to take the LCM here, right? So this becomes like 6 into 6 and this becomes like into 1. 40 into 6 is 240 minus 150 by 6 equal to, this becomes like 2400 minus 1200 is 1200 by y. So then this will become 90 by 6 equal to 1200 by y, right? Now what I'll do? Now I'll do the cross multiplication. So y will become equal to, okay, it will become like 90y cross multiplication equal to 6 into 1200. Now y will become equal to 6 into 1200 by 90. In this case what will happen? 0 0 will get cancelled first, and then 3 3s are 3 2s are. Getting it guys? 3 ones are 3 fours are. So it will become like y equal to 80 kilometers per hour. Getting it, guys? We got the value of y as 80. So the speed of the bus is 80 kilometers per hour. Now let's find the value of y. Now if I substitute back the value of y in any of these two equations, right, if I substitute in any of these two equations, I'll get the value of x. So let me substitute this in equation 1. So there down you will be writing substituting the value of y in equation 1. Okay, I'll substitute it here, guys. If I substitute, this becomes like 4 equal to 4 equal to 60 by x plus 240 by y. Y is nothing but 80, right? So this will get divided here itself. 80 ones are, 80 threes are, and it becomes like when 3 will come this side, it will become 4 minus 3 is 1. So 60 by x equal to 1, which means x will become equal to 60. It is like 60 kilometers per hour. Getting it? Okay, I'll write here 60 kilometers per hour. So x we got as 60 kilo, that is the speed of the train is 60 kilometers per hour and the speed of the bus is 80 kilometers per hour. Okay guys, there's one more step left out which we have to do, that is the verification step. Getting it? Okay, I'll do the verification step here. I think this space will be enough, right? Verification. So in place of x I'll be putting the value of x, and in place of y I'll be putting the value of y. In first equation I'm putting the value of x and y now. So this becomes equal to 60, 60 gets cancelled, 1, 1. This is like 1 and 1s are 3s are. Getting it? 80 1s are 80, 3s are 240. So 1 plus 3 becomes equal to 4. So in RHS also we are getting 4, right? Other side also you are getting 4, since it is, therefore it's verified. Now let's go to the second equation. Second equation we have to put the value of x and y here and see if we are going to get 25 by 6. So it is like 100 by x. X is 60 plus 200 by y. 200 by 80. Now let's see whether it's going to come out to be 25 by 6. So before going further, let me do one more step, that is I'll cancel all the zeros here. 1 zeros I'll cancel. So it is 10 by 6 plus 20 by 8, right? So this I can further simplify as 5 by 3 and 10 by 4. Getting it? By 2. This becomes 3, right? And this becomes 5. This becomes 10 and this becomes 4. This again I can further simplify as 2 and 5. Getting it, guys? How I got it? So it will be like 5 by 3. This becomes 5 by 3 plus 5 by 2. If you add these two, what it will happen? You have to take the LCM first. If you take the LCM, this becomes into 2, this becomes into 3. So it will become 10 plus 15, that is 25. And this is LCM you got as 6, which is equal to 25 by 6. Which is nothing but we got here. So it is, even this one is verified. So this was the verification step, guys. So that's it, guys. That's all about this question. Okay, I'll quickly tell you what we did. Okay, so what we did, first we assumed the speed of the train to be x kilometers per hour and the speed of the bus to be equal to y kilometers per hour, because that's what they said us to find. So we have to assume the variables as what we have to find, right? Those terms we have to assume, those things we have to assume as our variables, because that's how we are going to find the solution. And then we formulated this equations by using what? By using the physics formula, which is speed equal to distance by time. Therefore time equal to distance by speed, and the traveler, that is Ruhi, travels in two mediums, that is in two vehicles. One is in train and one is in bus. The sum of the time, the sum, that is the total time, the time of she traveled in the bus plus the time she traveled in the train, together gives the total time which she traveled, that is 4 hours. So the time traveled in bus, in train, plus the time traveled in the, this was time traveled in the train plus time traveled in the bus. So time is equal to distance by speed, right? So the time which she traveled in train you are going to get by distance by speed. Distance is 60 kilometers as they gave, and the speed equal to x kilometers per hour. And for the bus it is 240 kilometers she traveled in the bus, and the speed in which the bus traveled was in y kilometers per hour. So this was equation 1, and then this was equation 2. Getting it? After equation 1 and 2, what you did, you multiplied equation 1 and 2 like this into into 10 and into 6. Why? Because to get any of these two variables, that is x term or y term, has same, so that we can eliminate them by cancelling them and then finding the value of y. We found the value of y. After finding the value of y, what we did, we substituted back the value of y into the equation 1, I guess. Yeah, equation, in which equation we substituted it back? Yeah, in equation 1. Then we found the value of x. Right, yeah, we found the value of x, and then what we did the verification by substituting back the value of x and y into both the equations, and we verified it. As simple as that, guys. So if you have any doubt in these type of questions, specifically like the last question, which was work time related question, and this was like time and the travel type question, right? They are time and the distance type question, right? In these type of question, if you have any type of doubt, if you still have any doubt, you can comment down in the comment section, so that I'll take up few other examples with similar questions, so that you will have a better hold on these type of questions. So that's it for this lecture, guys. This was the 15th lecture of this chapter and also the last lecture of this chapter. So this was the last question of your last exercise in this chapter, that was exercise 3.6. So with this question and in this lecture and in this minute, we are going to end this chapter, guys. So meet you in the next lecture, that's quadratic equation, right? Until then, bye, guys. Keep revising this chapter, right? Keep solving few problems from R.D. Sharma or else R.S. Agarwal or else from any other reference book, so that you people don't forget. And if you don't know any particular concept, you can watch my lectures again, right? That particular topic or that particular question, you can watch it. I've solved all the NCERT, all the questions in NCERT, and also all the questions of examples of NCERT, and also there are videos in which I have taught the concept as well, right? So it's like a complete package where you have taught everything. So that's it, guys, for now. So until then, bye. Meet you in the next lecture.